This is the second assignment, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to do what it asks you to do. First thing you want to do is click on this scanned image, and that hopefully, um, I'm working on a Mac, so I get something up here that tells me to download that, and here I come. And I'm going to say go ahead because I know this guy and I know where it's coming from, and I'm not going to get a virus. I hope from that. All right. So let me see what I get. Sure enough, I'm going to get this little guy down here. There we go. And that may be exactly the way you get it when you pull it up too. Okay, so here I am in Photoshop. I have this document. See if I can make it smaller and get it all in my screen for you. Well, no. See if I can get it there for you to see. Pretty much this is what I've got. I've got a little bit larger than that. All right. So now my problem becomes, what I can do, I guess, is make it a little smaller here so you can see it. I'll reduce that also to 75. There we go. Now I can get the whole thing on the screen. Now I need to set it in the other direction, of course. So it says back here somewhere on the direction, it says to unzip. Oh, it also says if you can't get it to open, remove the file extension and replace it with the .psd. The file extension, of course, is what's coming there after the back. And mine was a zip and it would open, so I didn't have that problem. But if you do, be sure and try that file extension trick. Okay, here we are. And then after it does it, it says to rotate this image. Now, you do that by going up to Image and then going to Image Rotation. And I want to do this 90 degrees, holding my mouse button down, 90 degrees clockwise. And that ought to, yeah, that worked out good, didn't it? And then it says to use the canvas size command to crop the image to 7.5 inches by 10 and remove these images. Now there are a couple of different ways you can do that, but they want us to go back into the canvas size. So back to image, canvas size, okay? And they want me to crop it so that this up here is 7.5 inches. So I just type in 7.5. And this down here is 10 inches. So I just type in 10, okay? Now then, we ought to be all right. I'm taking it here in the middle, so that should pull everything in like I want it to. Going to hit a dialog box that says proceed. Look at that. Perfect, right? Okay, that's pretty easy too, isn't it? And then they want me to reduce the image size to 3 inches, going back to canvas size. Remember, image, canvas size. They want me to reduce that image size to 3 by 4 inches while maximizing the available image resolution. Now, it says, note to accomplish this, you must keep the total number of pixels in the image fixed by deselecting the resample image option. Okay? I don't see a resample image option. Do you? So let me see. We've got canvas size up. Image size. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong thing. Yay. Here we go. Image size. Yeah, there we go. Now we see it. And they say to deselect the resample image. Okay, so we're going to deselect that. We're going to keep this at 3 by 4. So I'm writing in 3 and then I'm writing in 4. Well, it changed automatically, didn't it? Resolution, they said keep it as high as we can get it, so we're not going to mess with that. That changed automatically. You see they're all linked here. So that's as much information as we're able to use. So now when I hit OK, there we go. The image didn't change, but it really did. What changed was the size. You see how this worked right up here? Instead of it being 7.5 inches now, it's 3 inches, which is what we had typed in. Now we want to save this, so we go to File, Save As, just like we did before. And we want to save it this time as a TIFF document. All right, so here I go. I'm going into Format, right? Go down to TIFF, and it's ps18.tiff is the way it comes up. And what I think I might do is put my name up here, because when I start checking these, it's easy to get one connected to the other. So I'm just going to write my name dot PSW, because that's what it came up as when I opened it. And here's everything I need to know. Now, I want to ask you to do something for me. Please keep your spaces out of out of these titles. It'll be pretty hard for me and a lot of other people to look at what you're doing if you don't do that. So that means we have to go back in, retitle it, and do a rescan, and it's just a mess. But save me some time, please, and that'll keep me from getting grouchy, and that means that you'll get better grades, right? I'm going to tell my computer to put it on my desktop, so I think I've done everything I want to do here. I've got my name in it. I've got the document title, so I'll know which one I'm looking at, .tiff, and I'm going to put it on the desktop. This is where we did the tiff. Now when I hit this, it looks like it ought to come up just fine. It asks me about compressions. I'm not going to mess with any of that. You don't have to either, okay? You see my title changed right up there, so now we know I have it. Now, if you cannot post this in the discussion area, you can put it in the doc sharing. Let me pull my screen back over here, all right? Up at the top of this, we have, of course, here, which is where your assignment is. You can see a portion of it. If I scroll down, then what I would do would be hit a response, or if there was someone who had a response, and there will be in a minute, you hit this, and then you go ahead and post your image, or if you, that was my cat, sorry. You post your image, or if you want to say something, you can. For an example, if I put respond here, or if I were responding to something someone else wrote down there, I'd put in a subject like my work, and then down here I'd say here is the assignment, okay? And then how can I do that right out of the gate? I make a spelling error. And then down here where it says attachments, I would hit click, and I think you saw that. And then file to attach, I would browse to where my file was. Here it is right there. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but you probably have these kind of things on your computer too. Attach the file. Now this sometimes takes forever to come up. You'll see a little blue loading bar supposedly, but mine just all of a sudden it's boop up. So I know I'm ready to go when that happens. It'll attach this file, and then I'll have to go back to this box right here, and it'll say attachment right here instead of add and remove. And then I will go over to here and click post response, okay? It's still sending the request. I won't make you stay here for that, but anyway, that's how you do it. So good luck on that one too.